So it's early Monday morning. My mom and I are about to go for a long walk. We're gonna take Mugs on the walk with us. We'll film on my phone if we see anything cool. We usually see a bunch of bunnies, so I might film some bunnies for you. Mary's dog walking service.
One of those like 6 things.
Mugs and Gus and a bunny. And another bunny. Hello, bunny. You guys see the deer? There's a mama and a baby. Cute. And a bunny. 2 bunnies. 2 deer. So cute. Back home from our walk, continuing to go through old memory stuff, and let's just admire my other Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper. Apparently I have 2, because I have one that has all my Pogs in it. I'm pretty sure I showed that in a vlog in 2016. If not in a vlog, then I posted about it on Instagram. Apparently I had the dolphin one too. Good old Trapper Keeper. And in here, we find that in elementary school, I created my own newspaper. So it was very clear from an early age that I was going to go into journalism. So this is basically me assigning everyone jobs. Movie reviews, Beavis and Butthead Do America. Apparently that looks like the only one we did. Was it rated out of poppers? We were reading poppers. Ooh, hot or not? Let's see. Hot. Harriet the Spy, X-Files, Phenomenon and ER, Not, A Time to Kill, and the Power Rangers. I guess I was out of my Power Rangers phase at this point. But I love David Duchovny, Gillian Anderson, George Clooney, and Rosie O'Donnell. I didn't like basically all of the women from 90210. Anything corduroy, smiley faces, peace signs, love, and yin and yangs, or yin and, is it yin and yang, isn't it? I don't think there's actually a G on the yin. Not, Wrangler's boots, suspenders. I guess that would be the Arcadia coming out there. Birds, cats, and dogs are hot. Hamsters, lizards, and mice, no. Good phrases, speak to the hand. Cool, peace. But gnarly, groovy, and awesome, totally out. Star Insider, what are those stars up to? Sorry, David Duchovny fans, he's taken. On May blank, David married Naked Truth star Téa Leoni. Jeff Goldblum, a hunk? That's what many girls around the nation are saying. This hottie got his start in stardom in a co-star role in Jurassic Park as Dr. Ian Malcolm, a mathematician. I don't know that's where he got his start, Liz, but even as a 5th grader, I thought Jeff Goldblum was hot. Here's today's dinner. We got some grilled pork chops, some rice, and some broccoli. So I'm going through my old jewelry box, which these are all my various pens from band that went on my, well, I guess we got them our junior year to go on our academic letter, or our band letter. But I also just found this. Look at this teeny tiny little Figment Ring. I bet you it was from my first trip, because look how teeny tiny it is. It doesn't even fit on my pinky finger. It is adjustable, so it's a little kid's ring for Figment. I love it. We got a bunch of bins of stuffed animals and then one real one who looks kind of like a fluffy one. Like, not that different between the two. So, saying goodbye to some stuffed animals from my childhood, going through. This one was very well loved. My first Shamu. This zebra, I don't remember where we got him, but I remember having him for a long time. Various SeaWorld ones. Oh, turtle flipped over on his back. And then this was Dusty, my giant horse who used to live at the bottom of my bed, the foot of my bed. And then Penny, my dad got me on a trip to Chicago, came back and brought me Penny. This wolf had puppies. She's got a little zipper pouch. got little puppies. They're so cute. This is why Toy Story gets you, because I have like, you know, we open these up, I haven't seen them in years, and I have memories with so many of them. I'm like, oh, this puppy I used to carry you around, and this bunny I used to carry you around, and this bear I got on a trip when I was really, really little. And Rocky Raccoon was with me from like birth. You can tell he was very well loved. And Dusty and Penny, they all have names. Most of them I am going to go let them live with another little child, just like Toy Story 3. So we found my Barbie camper, and it opens up. And then I was laughing because we're gonna give it to one of my high school friends. She's got 4 little girls, so I'm gonna pass this along to her. But I was just laughing because I'm like, her little girls are gonna have no idea what this even is. They're gonna be like, what? Hello, happy Tuesday. I am out and about to finally show you guys the Arcadia tour. And I'm gonna go see the Arcadia Publix for the first time ever. I think I'm gonna start with my schools, and we'll go through my schools. This was my grandparents' house. Oh, they've done such nice things to it. It's pretty. It was in our family from like the 1950s through last year. My uncle finally sold it, so someone else bought it. So I didn't think about the fact that the kids are actually in school today. But I am coming up to my elementary school, which was West Elementary School. So that used to be full of orange trees. They're there right now. There's a bunch of kids. But West Elementary School, where I went for kindergarten through 5th grade. So the way Arcadia is laid out, all 3 of my schools are in just a straight line. There were 3 elementary schools, but only 1 middle school and 1 high school. And my elementary school happened to be essentially on the same road as the other 2. So I'm literally just driving a straight line from my elementary school to my middle school and then my high school. So let's go. It's a very short drive. I think it's about, if it's 5 minutes between each school, it's only because there are lights. Like I'm coming up to a street light now. Otherwise, it would be a very, very quick drive. Oh, and it turned. So we're going. This modern metropolis that is Arcadia. That was West Elementary School, and now we are approaching DeSoto Middle School, and they have redone the middle school since I went there, so it looks completely different than when I went. When I went, we had outgrown it, and we were in portables for a lot of our classes, so they redid this while I was in high school. So it looks very different than when I was there. But DeSoto Middle School right there. Now we're continuing to drive up the road to the high school. The high school is at this light. That's how close they are together. And we were the DeSoto Bulldogs. That's DeSoto High School, or the DeSoto Bulldogs. There used to be paw prints on this part of the highway that at some point they painted. So when you're coming up to, this isn't a highway. I don't know why I call this a highway. On this road, there used to be paw prints. And they're not there anymore. But we are coming up to DeSoto High School, which I do not believe has changed since I went there. I don't think that they've added on or anything since my days. Yep, that's my high school. Looks the exact same. So we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go over and check out where the band field is, because that's where I spent most of my time. All right, and over here they have added, that I have not seen yet, added the rodeo grounds over here. So that's gonna be new to me, but I'm gonna show the high school first. Oh, the band has a little fence on their field now. We didn't have that. So that open field past the fence is where the band practices, and that room, oh, he's got a whole extra room on the side. What? But that field is where we did all our band practices. That's the student parking lot. And then yeah, then straight to cow fields, because Arcadia. The room right next to that field is the band room, so that's where I spent most of my high school time. In the band room, on the band field, and the football stadium is in the back stadium. It's a very small stadium. But yeah, this is what happens when you leave the high school. You are straight into the country. So I need to find a way to turn around here because the rodeo stadium is back there, and that was my first time seeing it. So I guess I'll turn around here. So heading back toward the high school, this giant stadium to the right is, I guess, the rodeo stadium now, which we used to run the concession stands at the rodeo in high school as part of the band. But that's massive. Haven't seen that before. We were in the really old rodeo grounds back in my day. But it would have made it so easy to do the concession stands if we were right across from the high school. So that's kind of neat. So that's brand new. And then the building behind it with the green stuff on it, that was built my senior year of high school, and that is where I graduated high school. So it's a civic center, and we graduated from there. All right, so if you look over there, you can see our football. That's our little tiny football stadium, which after living in Texas and seeing their football stadiums, it's not much, but did a lot of marching stuff there. I can't believe how few cars are in the student parking lot. I don't know if every student came back to school, because our student parking lot used to be full when I was there. But that's the band room right there. Now I'm not sure where to take you. Should I take you to the house I grew up in? I guess so. We'll go do that. Okay, so I am driving to the house I grew up in now. This is the street I grew up on. That's a cow pasture. There's orange groves on the other side. But I will say that we sold this house in like 2002, and it's completely different than when we lived here. My mom had a gorgeous yard full of trees, full of plants. I'll show you our current house and you'll see what I mean. And it's been owned by a few other people since then. But this little house right here is the one I grew up at. And they're Trump supporters. That's the house I grew up in. When you come around this corner, you get to oranges. So there's all the orange trucks, and there's all the orange trees, some of them. I lived out in the country. Obviously a family owns it now, they have kids, and so I don't know if that's the third owner. I don't know how many times it's sold in between, but it doesn't look nearly as nice as it did when we lived there. And a lot of Trump supporters in Arcadia, so it is what it is. So now I'm continuing our drive through the country, going through town here. This lot over here to my right used to have goats in it, and at one point it had ostriches. I don't remember why there were ostriches, but yes, that was a fun time. But for a long time I had goats, and my dad and I would come and feed the goats. Let's see, I think I'll take you to historic downtown, and then I will take you to the new areas of town, because I'm gonna finish this trip by going to Publix for the very first time. I have never been to the Arcadia Publix, so we're gonna go to downtown, historic downtown, and then the new parts of Arcadia. New. There's like parts from the 70s, and then there's parts from the 2000s, so heading there now. Oh, and to complete our school tour, that was my preschool. The building to the left of the church, this is the Presbyterian church, and a little red brick building next to it was my preschool, so there you go. And the really pretty old fire station next to it. So now we are heading to historic downtown. So when we did parades and band, this is where we always lined up, was in this parking lot. And the parade went down Oak Street. Okay, So this is downtown historic Arcadia. It's been here since the late 1800s. Obviously some improvements along the way, and originally it was wood and it burnt down, so they rebuilt it. But not much has changed aside from some paint colors in my entire life. So it's pretty neat. I do really like this. There's a lot of antique shops, so you can come browse. There's the old opera house, which is supposedly haunted. It's been on some ghost hunting shows, I think. And the businesses come and go, but the buildings have stayed the same pretty much my entire life. So it's pretty neat to have some nice Florida history. And we used to come do Christmas shopping through the antique stores. I think a lot of them are closed at the moment thanks to COVID and that kind of thing. But now we're going to turn left and go to the more modern part of town. We are about to enter the more business district of Arcadia. Oh no, the Pizza Hut's gone. We had still an original Pizza Hut building. I bet you they just opened a new one over in the newer part of town. That's so sad. But when I lived here, we only had fast food like Burger King, McDonald's. Over here, they have a Dunkin' Donuts now and what was our Taco Bell. I think there's a new Taco Bell in the newer part. But that makes me laugh because they left the shingles on when it was obviously a Taco Bell. Okay, I already see the sign for the Taco Bell. Oh, there's the Publix. Okay, so yeah, the Taco Bell moved with the Publix. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in because I think it's gonna be hard for me to get back out if I don't go into Publix now. So we're gonna go into Publix. And there it is, the Arcadia Publix. I never thought I'd see the day. Never thought I'd see the day when Arcadia would finally have Publix. This is amazing. I can't wait to go inside and explore and feel really out of place because it doesn't feel like Arcadia at all. And sure enough, there's the Pizza Hut. That's so sad though, because I love the original Pizza Hut buildings and we still had one. I'm gonna go do a little shopping, get a pub sub for lunch. We'll finish the tour and then head back home. Success! Got my groceries, got my pub sub, and I got a very special item. I'll show you when we get home. I'll show you the courthouse another day because I have a very precious item in the back seat that cannot melt. Well, I got a chicken tender wrap for the first time ever. And there it is. Looks like it's gonna be tasty if I can get it open. There you have it. Chicken tender wrap from Publix. This was the precious cargo that I found. The best ice cream ever. Santa's White Christmas, Barney's coffee flavored ice cream from Publix. It's already out. Yes, I know it's only September, but I haven't lived here in years and haven't had it in years, so that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Okay, today we found some pound puppies and some trolls. My troll dolls. And then look at all the little pound puppy babies. These were actually from when I was in middle school. They came out with the pound puppies that had all the babies with them. I'd completely forgotten about this one, but oh gosh, I love this one with a little nose and you can try to get the popcorn in the popcorn bag. It was so much fun. Found my Barbie kitchen. So we got the little stove microwave set and the fridge, and I think we're about to open my Barbies. Here are the Barbies plus Aladdin. Oh, we found Jasmine too. And there's Barbie's horse. She was so pretty. But these are all gonna get donated. Also found My Little Ponies. These are not the best shape. They need to get cleaned, but there they are. I had a bunch of them. Found some of my Polly Pockets. So I had this whole like Polly Pocket land where everything like opens up, like the tree, this little tent, even this thing, piano in there, and then that opens out. And then oh, there's some Polly Pockets. Maybe that's where they've been hiding, over here. Aha! But we also found my legit little Polly Pockets. I have like an Opera House one, and this one turned into a little roller coaster. Whee! And then we've got the water park with the really creepy clown slide. And this one was a wedding, I believe. And then this one was like a different style. It's like a little boutique one where they get to go into the shop and do dress shopping. But let me see if these are the Pollys I was looking for. I found my very first tap costume. We danced to Sugar Lips. Gold gloves and this little tiny itty bitty little frilly skirt. My first full year of tap. And we found my Figment. It's the original one, the one I'm holding in the pictures from my first trip to Epcot. Reunited! I look a little different now than I do in the pictures of holding him. But he's still the same one. And he's definitely getting kept. He's going nowhere. This is also my original pound puppy. Not the one from middle school, but the very original one. And she's got a tag and everything. Julie belongs to Elizabeth. Julie's getting kept. Then we have Peanut and Lassie. These were the two stuffed animals I slept with every single night as a kid. We got Peanut at Lowry Park Zoo in Tampa. And then I was in love with Lassie. So we got a Lassie, and these I slept with every single night. I just pulled this bunny out and I was like, I don't remember this one. I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember where we got it or who gave it to me. And my mom was like, you know who it reminds me of? Jar Jar Binks. Misa hungry. This is my Cabbage Patch doll, Ashley.
Wait. Look.
And that's Jonathan.
Hi. I love my grandpa.
Yeah, that's the only grandchild you're getting, so enjoy him.
No.
That's the only one.
No. Hug me. You must love me.
And this is Ashley. So Ashley I'm keeping. I was obsessed with her hair. And I love her in her little pajamas. So Ashley's making the cut. This pile is making the cut. I've got my Perdita from an early trip to Disney. My, Ashley, sorry. My baby beluga. Ashley has a concussion now. And yeah, these are making the cut. All right, we found the rest of my Polly Pockets. This has something very special in it we'll get to. My other Trapper Keeper that's full of Pogs. We've got all my Matchbox cars, my tea set, my viewfinder. So here's the Polly Pockets. All the Pollys were in here, so I've got a ton of little Pollys around, but I'm remembering little features like this one where you spun the tree and they went around ice skating. And this one, if you move the little cart, the food flipped over so you could have different meals on it. Very fancy. See, this one was like they could change clothes, a little boutique. Got her little apartment, and I think this changed the TV channel. I think it did originally. Doesn't seem to be working now. Oh, and this came out to be a little bed. And then this one was actually a water park, so you could actually add water in here and they could float down the little water park. And the little hospital. Absolutely loved my Polly Pocket. So these are all getting kept. I do think I'm gonna let this go because it's not really a Polly Pocket. It's like a whole Polly world. But I'm gonna keep the Polly Pockets because they were some of my absolute favorite toys. And then Mom's over here going through my baby clothes. Show off the gator jacket. Go Gators! So yeah, that was since birth, but yeah.
This is what she came home from the hospital.
There you go.
I think it would still fit.
Not so much, but she's going through that stuff because that's sentimental for her. Obviously, I do not remember these things aside from just seeing them in pictures. So I'm going through toys and she's going through clothes. This was also one of my absolute favorites because obviously I was in piano, so I love that she was a piano player, but also it came out and it was a little ring. So you could wear the little piano player Polly as a ring. So cute. So this was the contents of that McDonald's bag. These are the Transformer McDonald's items, which I absolutely love and absolutely will be keeping. So here's what they look like normally, and now I'm going to transform them. And there they are. So this was always my favorite because I think it's the coolest one. Goes into like the pterodactyl. Got a little dino burger. This guy little stands up. Got a little tail. Little dinosaur to the ice cream. This one's like an actual transformer one. And then all the rest were dinosaur ones. Pretty darn cute. Okay, so here are the Pogs. This particular type of Pog is one I used to get all the time, and they were mystery blind bags, and I was trying to collect all the different animals, so that's why you'll see a lot of duplicates. But I really wanted to collect the entire set of animals, and then you just get into all the random Pogs that I had. And I had a Pog maker, so at some point you'll get to ones that I actually made. There's Power Ranger ones, Goosebumps, Pogs. Oh yeah, so here's ones I made. My friend Mary Beth on a Pog. Got my Disney ones. Cute. And then here's my board to play on. My slammers, who knows what happened to them. But, oh, I think I feel one. Oh yes, this was the slammer. This is the best one. It was extra heavy. Got it from a little shop that was right next to my dance studio that was selling Pogs. And this slammer. This was the valuable one. Oh, there I am on the right. Didn't get to take my hat off because I was the junior drum major, so I had to keep my hat on. Pan a little bit further to the left. There I am. So I am in the bright blue shirt. Right there. That is me. This is us learning the choreography, so don't judge us. Aww.